Hello and welcome to the second video in my series, and if you haven't watched the first video yet, then you can check my channel and you can find the first video there. And I know that in the first video you can see the output, most importantly. So what I did was it was here originally, but then I just dragged the top over here and then I put it over here. So that'll be very useful then, because the output has many uses. Like say for example you had an error in your code, and then the output can tell you which line the error was in and what that error was, and you can also print messages to the output, and done. That's basically it. Okay, so I'll teach you how to get more used to Studio then. So in the home tab you can see there's this thing called the Toolbox, so just click on it and you can see that there's models, images, meshes, audio, videos and plugins. So basically you can upload stuff like that, and you can check out what other people have uploaded. And say for example you want to put this tree in to your game, you can just click this pine tree on it in the toolbox and then you can put it in. But I don't recommend you to use models from the toolbox, because they can have stuff like viruses in them and is generally lazy to use free models. And images, it's in the name. Like let's take this funny looking image here and let's insert it into the part. You can see, look, funny image on the part. So you can put images on parts and stuff like that. And meshes, they're similar to models in a way, but you can also create your own meshes using this application called Blender. You can make stuff like furniture and terrain and stuff like that. So you can import meshes from Blender and make your game look way better. And audio is just audio. Like this is some music that Roblox uploaded. So and you can use it in your games as like background music, or let's say there's like a boss battle and you want to have music for that, you can get your own music and then upload it to Roblox, then use it in your game. And videos is just I haven't really used videos that much, but I think they're just regular videos. And plugins, these are very important. So basically these they're basically like on Google Chrome, you know, you have browser extensions to allow you to do more stuff. That's basically what a plugin is in Roblox Studio. So if you click the plugins tab, you can see all the plugins you have currently, and you can use them as well. Like I have this one where you can enter the username of anyone and you can just spawn them in as a model in the workspace, and that's pretty useful. Okay, so enough of the toolbox. There's also, you can also see there's the there's a material and a color button as well. So instead of having to go into the properties and then changing it like this, like changing material by clicking it here, you can, or the color, you can click these buttons. So first you just select your part and then you can change the material. So I'll just change it to fabric, and then I'll select it, and I'll also change the color to really blue. And it's also useful if you want to make lots of parts with the same appearance. So I just choose material and choose a color, and look, so you can make multiple parts with the same appearance. And this is quite useful for building. So go to the view tab and then press show grid, or you could just press Alt G on a Windows computer, and then you can see there's a grid, so you can be more precise when you're building. Say like you want certain things to be symmetrical, so you just line them up with the grid. And you can also see it says 2 studs, 4 studs, and 16 studs. So I can change how many studs appear on the grid. So if I click 2 studs, then it's more accurate. And when I click 16 studs, there are you know, bigger squares on the grid. So let's turn that off. And also in the view tab, you can also select what you can see. Like you can also bring up the toolbox from here, and you can use or select and deselect the explore and properties and stuff like the output command bar, and lots of other options like terrain enter. And you know, test it. You can also press play or run here. And device, you can also see what your game looks like on another device like a phone, and you can see stuff related to clients and servers, stuff like that. And then models, basically it's focused on stuff like changing models. Like there's a few stuff in the home tab that's also on the model tab. So you know, you can see material, color, part, you can see these, you can transform, you can even put stuff like effects in, like sparkles, and look, see, suddenly this part is sparkly now. And union and negate, that union, it basically just puts parts together. So you press the union button, or yeah, just press the union button, and then it basically it puts some parts together. So negate, it basically makes one part negative. So if you put if you make one part negative and then you put it in another, and then you press union, then you first have to select the parts you want, then you press union, and so then the part gets chopped a bit. So like you want a hole in a wall, then just get a cylinder and scale it to the size you want, and then make it, negate it, and then union it, and then suddenly you have a huge circle in the wall. Okay. And that's pretty much it. Then I'll get on to the scripting part of today's lesson. So let's open up our script from last time, and let's say we want to change the material of a part. So like workspace dot part, because that's the name of the part that want to change material of. Then we put material, and then equals like the material you want it to be, like glass or whatever, and then you want to change another property of it, like the transparency again to 0. Look, see, we keep having to write out workspace or game.workspace dot the part, and then the property want to change. So that's really tiring. So this is where variables come in, and a variable is basically something that stores information, and you can stores data, and you can always change a variable whenever you want. So let's make a variable with the part we want in it. So local brick, you can basically name it whatever you want, except certain reserved words by Roblox, like if. You can't use that as a variable because they're already taken. So like local brick is equals workspace dot part. Now whenever we want to reference it, we just write part dot transparency is 0.5. I mean brick. Sorry, because that's the name of the variable. And now when we click the run button, you can see it's translucent now. And variables are used for loads more things that we'll discuss about in future tutorials. And thank you for watching this video. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below what you liked about the video and what I could improve on, and goodbye.